There's a terminology called disruptive innovation. It disrupts the society, the economy, businesses, and people. For example, Uber disrupted cab market, Airbnb disrupted the hotel industry or travel industry. Every time when a new technology comes, it's going to become challenge for many people, and it's going to become opportunity for many people. That's why there's an interesting word in Chinese for crisis. It's called Wei Ji. Wei is danger. Ji is opportunity. So whenever there's a danger, there's opportunity. Whenever there's something bad, there's good out of it, which is very interesting. The word itself describes. So now, in 1960s, banking was a big industry. In 1960s, like, what do you do for a living? I work for a bank. Such full job to do in 1960s as a teller. And then ATM was invented, and there was numerous article. ATM is going to kill banking industry. ATM is automatic telling machine is taking over the bank's job. And they were expecting millions of people will lose their job. You know what happened after that? It didn't happen like that. So what happened was, in one physical bank location, let's say you used to have 5-6 people working in there. Now with the ATM, you can put 2-3 ATMs. Now all of a sudden, bank is like, okay, biggest cost is payroll. Now if I can reduce my workers by 50% in one store, actually I can open 2 stores. Then actually banking industry even became better. The banking industry was growing based on that. And they hired more people because they were able to reach more customers and they were making more money. Therefore, they're opening more. So I believe technology will increase the productivity, and increase in production, and the productivity will increase the opportunity. For example, hundreds of years ago, how did we do trade? International trade, import, export, all the stuff. With caravans, camels. Then the engine was invented. What happened? Did we stop buying and selling? When the engine was invented, yes, of course, we didn't need camels anymore. But the business didn't stop, because now we can sell more. We can sell far. We can sell with much larger scale. Can you imagine one camel load of goods with one wagon of a train? So now people, I think they should understand technology will disrupt you, but it will not replace you. It will replace your tools and skills, like replacing camel with train, replacing camel with airplanes. It's tools and a skill set. So for you, if you think that AI will replace you, I think AI will replace you. But if you believe that AI is going to replace your skill set, then you will say, okay, what new skills that I have to learn? I think that's the question. Now, I believe in general, one of the problem with the industry is everyone wants to make a prediction, including BCG Consulting, McKinsey's, and these people are very good at writing sophisticated analysis and at predicting the future. But you have to remember, AT&T was asking, there's something called cell phone. Can you guys do research how much cellular phone that we will have in the market? Should we get into it? AT&T, I think $1 million to McKinsey. McKinsey wrote a report and says this market is very insignificant, very small, so don't worry about it. So AT&T actually missed the opportunity to become Nokia at the time. So when you see that even big companies, this sophisticated analysis cannot predict the future well, we can only see which direction the world is going. Nobody will know exactly what happened, but I think it's fair to assume there's going to be lots of jobs in a technology field. In the future, that I believe, if there's any job left, it's going to be technology job. If there's any job left, it's going to be automation of automation. How do you automate the process? That is my belief. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. But I believe based on the trajectory of where we're going. The second thing is, I believe AI is going to be owned by a few companies like Amazon or Google or Microsoft or OpenAI. And there's a couple other companies, let's say they get billions of dollars of investment, and not every company will build AI. It's like electricity. Not everybody will produce electricity, but you can use electricity to make camera, traffic lights, or anything, TVs, speakers. So it's like AI is infrastructure. It's like a highway. Not everybody will make highway, but everybody will use highway. If you look at from that perspective, there's going to be few companies going to build like robust large language models, agents, whatever, that they're going to build as AI, then implementing, customizing AI for healthcare, for education, for specific companies, it's going to be one of the key. Now, I'm also looking, how do I implement, customize AI for my own benefit? Am I building AI? No, I'm not building AI. I'm looking at how to customize it to improve my productivity, reduce my cost, and possibly scale our business to reach millions of people without hiring thousands of employees. I think that's a good thing because just like when caravans stopped and when we started switching from caravans to engine, GDP actually grew and people now buying more, selling more. There were more business people in the world than ever. We need to understand there are going to be, instead of like all these large companies, for example, there were big techs, right? 300,000 employees, 400,000 employees. Instead of doing that, I believe there are going to be lots of small companies. Now they can compete with big companies. Instead of big companies having hundreds of thousands of employees, you're going to have probably hundreds of thousands of small-sized companies now leading the new economy. Therefore, I do not think the job market will die for tech because now I am a small company, I will hire more people. Now somebody else's barrier to entry to start a company became very easy right now. It's much easier to start a company with AI because imagine a good corporate attorney will cost you $750 to $1,000 an hour. You want to make your operating agreement. You want to have your non-compete agreement. Crafting a freaking contract will cost you $3,000 to $5,000 sometimes. Now what do? You go to AI. I'm starting a business in Virginia, in the education field, or in that field. What kind of regulation, what kind of license? No lawyer can serve you better than any AI, or more than any AI, or cheaper than any AI. How do you build these AI systems? You should think those large language model, it's like combination of all the experience of a law firm or lawyers is in there. Now, if you go to law firm, you talk to one person. You go to LLM, large language model, you're talking to accumulation of all the experience and knowledge of all lawyers. I think prompt engineering is important, but still, it's not that difficult these days. Even doctors, even lawyers, business strategies now. Companies like McKinsey Consulting, they charge millions of dollars to sell their expertise on market research, on analysis, on trend. Now AI, tools like Perplexity, for example, does better job on research and analysis. Now all of a sudden, even though you don't have millions of dollars to pay McKinsey Consulting to empower your business, you can pay $20 to ChatGPT Pro and prompt from there. So now if you look at from that perspective, starting a business is easier than ever. So therefore, there are going to be more companies popping up with new products and new services. And I believe everyone should master a skill or industry, which is domain expertise important. At the same time, I think people should learn coding, getting into tech, have tech competencies, because when I see where is the biggest opportunity versus pure tech guy, I think the greatest opportunity come from, let's say, somebody's teacher. And it's better for teacher to utilize AI, learn technology, and then find the intersection of educational industry as well as technology, which is tech ed. But you can't make a developer, computer science education guy who's just like, okay, how do you solve the problem in education? That intersection is one of the most important things. It's easier now for people coming from telecommunication industry. I mean, it could be fishing industry. It could be anything. Now, your domain expertise, if you have it already, let's say years of experience in the restaurant industry, whatever, you take that and you take AI and you find the intersection, you find a good problem to solve. Now, here we go. It's a good business for you or good even career for you. So I think AI is opportunity if you look at that way. I really like the analogy of surfing. When the wave is coming, some people will drown under the wave and some people will surf on top. It's the same wave. AI is another wave. It's up to you to drown. It's up to you to surf on top. And always I would choose surf on top.